Okay, this is day 4 of Polygons, and my prayer is that you are doing this and watching this all before Easter so you can have a wonderful 4-day weekend. All right, let's take some notes. You can title it Polygons, Day 4, Area of Triangles. And the first thing we want to review is the formula for the area of a triangle. It's just base times height divided by 2. So I have a rectangle, which we know the area is length times width. I'm going to label it as base and height instead of length and width. Remember, the left and the right are the same, and the top and the bottom are the same. So I can take this rectangle and cut it along the diagonal and end up with 2 equal pieces. Hence, one of the triangles is base times height divided by 2. You have to divide it by 2. All right, I think we'll just do 3 examples. For example 1, I'm going to do a triangle that is acute. The height always has to make a 90-degree angle. So in an acute triangle, it's going to be on the inside. So this height, let's say it's 10 inches, and maybe the base or the bottom is 20 inches. So be careful that you don't think the answer is 20 times 10 or 200. That's wrong, because it's a triangle. You must divide by 2, and your answer would be 100 square inches. Remember, for the Google form, we'll just put in the numbers and not worry about the units. All right, if I'm going too fast, please make sure you pause the video to get caught up. For example 2, I'm going to draw a right triangle. In a right triangle, it has the 90-degree as one of the corners or one of the vertices. So in this case, your base and your height are actual sides. Like maybe the height here would be 6 centimeters, while the base is 8 centimeters. Go ahead and figure out what the area to this would be. Base times height divided by 2. Yes, that is 48 divided by 2. Hey, if you guys like shortcuts, you can always reduce before you multiply. You can say 2 goes into 2 once and 2 goes into 6 3 times. Notice I ended up with 8 times 3, so the answer is 24, and that's exactly what I'm going to get when I do 48 divided by 2. Okay, for the last example, example 3, I'm going to draw an obtuse triangle. Remember, an obtuse triangle has an angle in it that is greater than 90. Now, the base and the height still have to make a 90-degree angle, but you'll notice that in order for that to happen, I have to kind of extend the base out, and my height will actually be outside of the triangle. So let's say that maybe this height is 7 inches, and the base is 11 inches. The area would still be base times height divided by 2. Now, both of those were odd, so that little shortcut doesn't work. 77 divided by 2 is 38.5 or 38.5. So your height can be on the inside, on the outside, or actually right on the triangle. I said we were only going to do 3 examples, but there are some on your homework that involve fractions. So let's do one last example with a fraction. In this triangle, I'm going to have a height of 5.5 and a base of 11.25. Now remember, the formula is still the same. Just because it's fractions, it doesn't change. It's base multiplied by height and then divided by 2. Now in this case, you want to go ahead and let's do the multiplication first. This is making these improper. No common denominators for multiplication and division. 4 times 11 is 44, plus 1 is 45/4. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11/2. Ooh, this is not a very nice problem. Nothing can cross reduce. You're going to have to do 45 times 11, which is 495, and 4 times 2 is 8. Now remember, this is divided by 2. But when you divide a fraction, remember, you've got to do stay, switch, flip. You want to multiply by the reciprocal. So if you flip the 2, it becomes a 1/2. So now I have an answer of 495/16. The ones on the worksheet will be so much nicer, but I'm going to go ahead and see how many times 16 can go into 495. It goes in 30 whole times. So what I'm thinking of is 16 goes into 495 30 times. When I multiply that out, I get 480. So I can see that I have 15 remainders, 15 sixteenths. All right, you're doing page 12 and 13 for homework. Do your best, show lots of work, and when you're finished, watch the video that goes over the answers.